Hello, in this video I'm going to walk you through Hanumanasana, which is horizontal split, and modifications for the splits. So let's start with some modifications for a full horizontal split. So we can start in a crescent lunge. So I'm going to have my right leg forward. My left leg is back, softening the top of the foot to the ground. So I'm just going to let my hips fall down and forward and open up the flexor and the quadricep on one side of the body and opening up my hip here. My knee's not going beyond my toe. Now we'll find half split. So you're going to lengthen through the front leg, toes point up. You want your hips to stay stacked over that back knee, so that the focus is on lengthening here through the buttock and the hamstring. Straighten out my mat there. So you can use blocks here to work towards depth in this shape. So putting the blocks alongside the leg and then using them as a way to lift and lower your torso, because by lowering the torso to the thigh and shoulder towards shin is how you're going to find length in the hamstring. So if you aren't needing the blocks, you're going to put your hands alongside the front foot, or the right hand alongside the right foot, and then the left hand is fingertips in line with the heel. And then here you'll lengthen the spine as always, and then fold, bringing your shoulder towards your shin, bending through your elbows, maybe working towards getting the forearms down towards the ground. You want to hug that left hip forward and hug your right hip back along your spine, so that you're getting that long stretch in the extended leg. I always like to wiggle my toes in stretches because it just makes me feel soft. And so this is the modification for Hanumanasana, which is a half split. And now let's just play with a full split. So you're playing with half split and you're like, I'm ready to try the splits. So you can start couple ways with blocks and lengthening the front leg forward and the back leg back, just like what a split means, and using the blocks underneath your shoulders to find depth in your stretch. So here I can control kind of how deep I'm going and kind of giving me a little bit of control in that stretch. Another way that you can use the block here would be to put a block underneath the hip and softening onto the block and resting there. And then you can really breathe into the shape and soften into the shape. So without blocks, move those out of the way. Hands underneath the shoulders, and we want the torso to be above the groin, so that you're using the weight of your torso to press down on the midline of the body to find depth in the shape. And then over time, you're just working towards finding the depth in the shape, inching the feet away and melting the hip down towards the ground. Closing your eyes, breathing again, wiggling my toes because it makes me feel soft. Smile. I always say smile and visualize yourself in an upside down T. We'll come out. And maybe we can find the other side. So we balance everything out. You can start with that flexor stretch. And then we'll find the half split. So softening the back foot to the ground. Front leg is long and straight, toes pointing up. Either using your blocks here, control your depth of the stretch, or not. Palms in line with the heel, hugging that right hip forward, reaching the left hip back and up, hinging and finding depth with a long spine. And then now maybe we find a full split. So playing with the blocks. Full disclosure, it's taken me a really long time to find the splits. I think I've had groin injuries, and so that kind of holds me back, and I will generally kind of have like an element of fear of going into it. So I've just found it really beneficial to meet myself where I am on any given day and just kind of try to melt and surrender into the shape as much as I can. So using blocks or not, I'm breathing. And go ahead and gently release. Take your time coming out of the shape. So I hope this little video was helpful in helping you feel those shapes in your body.